Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out this review of Honeyminer, an online app that allows you to turn your PC, your computer, into a cryptocurrency mining rig, at least in theory. In practice, it's a completely different picture, at least in my experience, and I'm going to showcase the same experience to you right now. So, first of all, a bit of an explanation about Honeyminer. Honeyminer exists for something like 4 or 5 years now, offering a simple concept to anyone who's interested in cryptocurrency mining. Instead of buying a dedicated mining rig, a computer that uses its complete potential to mine cryptocurrencies, this application allows you to temporarily transform your computer into the same machine, but not actually have to install anything besides its client. That's this part right here. Once you get it from the website, you install it, and simple as that, it starts mining. However, that's the theory. The practice is a completely different story, and a really negative story, at least in my experience. So I began using it a little less, something like 2 months ago. So it's somewhere below 50 days, let's say 50 days since I started using it. This is my result right here. So as you can see, it's a really abysmally bad result. But also have in mind that I got my first 1000 satoshis when I installed the app. So the actual result is 253 satoshis. That's incredibly low and incredibly bad. I'm going to turn it off now, so I don't want my PC to kind of stutters and get any additional problems. But the key point here is that Honeyminer, in my experience, has two separate layers of issues. The first layer is its inability to recognize my graphic card. So a bit of background here. Crypto mining usually takes a lot more energy and waste in terms of using that energy if you conduct it through CPU mining, if it uses your primarily computer processing unit, CPU, your chipset, then if it's used, or if the GPU, your graphic processing unit, is used for the same purposes. Basically, your graphic cards are the elements that are most effective in mining any cryptocurrency. In this case, it's unable to recognize my graphics card. Again, my PC is really low end, it's old now, its graphic card isn't that good, but it's clearly here. The same app sees it, but it never managed to start it, to actually use it in the process of mining. I did everything I should. I reinstalled the graphic card drivers. I tried to follow every instruction I found, especially for this graphic card in particular, and employ it to help Honeyminer figure it out and start using it. It never did. All the mining that it did, it took through my AMD core processor or my CPU. As you saw previously, it mined through the CPU, which is really ineffective. And the results I got, as you can see, March 10th, it was 46 satoshis, it was March 11th, 61 satoshis. You have the same value right here. So the concept of Honeyminer is that it allocates your small piece of processing power, that's called your hash rate, or how much you're able to compute different mathematical equations through your gear. In this case, my CPU, just my CPU, not my GPU, and then add it to every other user that uses the platform and create something that's called a mining pool. That mining pool then produces bitcoins, and everyone gets their share based on how much potential you actually invested in it through your equipment. However, I know that these look like terrible results, like 2 cents, 3 cents, depending on the price. Right now, Bitcoin is somewhere around 54,000 USD, so the price is solid. If the price was lower, this 46 satoshis would be worth more. For example, if it was 50% lower, this would be 5 USD cents per day. So the result you get with an average PC that isn't recognized fully by the platform, your GPU for example isn't recognized, is abysmally bad. However, that's only the first layer of problems I found with Honeyminer. The much bigger layer of problems, the much more problematic issue, is the fact that it simply stopped working on March 12th, 2021 for me. It continues to do something, and these experience levels you can see right here keep going up. I'm now at level 15. It stopped mining anything. I'm thinking on level 13. I allowed it to continue for weeks just to kind of test it out. It didn't mine a single satoshi. I'm clueless why this happened. I didn't find any response, or actually I didn't try that hard to figure this issue out, because I already saw the first level of issues was so big with not recognizing my GPU. I saw that the potential is idiotically low. However, in this case, there is no potential. So when I turn the Honeyminer back on, it starts mining. This animation should present that your PC is now connected to the pool and resources are being shared. Something is happening. The same will come back here when the CPU is again recognized, starts working. This will show up here, CPU's mining, and it will get some hash rate, but nothing will appear here. And that's a huge problem, a lot bigger problem than the actual GPU, because right now I have no clue what the hell is going on, apart from the fact that I'm not getting any Bitcoin, I'm not getting any satoshis, not even a single one since March 12th. And now we're nearly at the end of April when I'm recording this. So in over a month, while working hours and hours, the Honeyminer app didn't mine a single satoshi. Even though it will showcase its CPU as mining at some point, even though previously my previous 253 satoshis that were mined did come through this process. Only on March 12th something happened. I managed to mine only 2 satoshis back then. Since then, not a single satoshi. And that's pretty insane when you look at it, because the platform isn't doing anything. And this is the biggest kind of deal breaker for me. It's not presenting any kind of a problem here. It's not showing me a notification, stopping with the animation, doing literally anything, sending me a message that something is wrong in any shape or form. Instead, it's giving my a green light to the whole operation, while at the same time not producing anything. It would be like having a wind generating plant that uses wind power to generate electricity, and you see those fans rotating, they're doing something, but not a small amount of electricity is coming out, none is being generated. This is precisely what is currently happening with Honeyminer. And that, combined with the original issue of not recognizing my GPU, even though I did everything I should, reinstalled the graphic drivers, everything else, shows me that Honeyminer should not be an option for you. If you're looking to mine any coins, you shouldn't try to do it through Honeyminer, because it only risks the possibility of the same thing happening to you. In this case, I invested some of my energy, some of my effort, a lot of my effort actually, into producing these 253 satoshis, which I'll never get at my end, even though it's, I don't know how much, it's like 30 or 50 cents. If I ignore the 1,000 I got from Honeyminer, thanks Honeyminer, I can't take it to my Coinbase account or any other cryptocurrency wallet, because I need to have something in extent of over 11 USD in Bitcoin the last time I checked, like a few weeks ago, so I can actually attain a transfer. That's the fee you pay to the network to transfer your money, transfer your coins more precisely. Without it, my money is locked and I'll never get to that sum. That sum, the only fee I would need to pay would be in extent something like 15 times or 20 times my present holdings. So I would need to create like 20 times more to just get 1 cent in satoshis in Bitcoin to my digital wallet. I'll never do that because I'm not even making 1 satoshi, not 10,000 satoshis. Even though, again, as you can see, the cryptocurrency mining display of Honeyminer here shows that presently it's mining Monero. It's a type of digital currency. It constantly switches through different currencies which are most adapt to mining. That's the tier, at least at that precise moment, but pays you in Bitcoin. At present point I have my hash rate. The core, the CPU core is active, as you can see. It's right here. It's mining. This stupid animation keeps on going. The experience points keep on getting up, but not a single satoshi is actually produced. This goes up, this goes down, numbers, hash per second and everything else, but the potential for revenue is not there. So it's not a question of creating 1 satoshi in a week. I didn't create a single one in a month, even though previously I created 250 in a space of like 3 weeks or something like that. And not full-time mining. This is my work PC, so I use it for other purposes. Just while it was idle, it made 253 satoshis. It didn't make a single one in a month, or more precisely more than a month. So in closing, Honeyminer is a bad choice for any kind of cryptocurrency mining operation. It simply doesn't work in theory, it doesn't work in practice, and the result is pretty devastating. So I would say skip Honeyminer and consider some other option if you're into cryptocurrency mining. That's all for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you find it useful. If you did, please leave a like. Leave a comment if you have any issues or simply want to comment on anything you heard and saw in this video. And of course, if you're interested in cryptocurrency, please check out my book on cryptocurrency investment called The Crypto Mindset. The link is in the description. It will show you how cryptocurrencies work and how you can approach a simple investment option without losing your house or risking that you end up living under a bridge because of a bad crypto investment. And finally, I believe that Honeyminer might not be a bad financial investment, but it's a bad investment of your time and then your electrical power, which will also be money that you simply throw away. So Honeyminer gets a big no-no from me. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for checking out this review and have a great day. Bye bye.